What's going on, friends? It's Anton Daniels, and I gotta have a conversation with you guys about Teach Henley because you see how the sun is hitting me. This is no finesse, no makeup, no filters, no none of that. This is 100% Teach Henley. I use it in the morning as soon as I get up, right after I pray and brush my teeth, jump in the shower, and I'm hitting the streets because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So even though they're giving you 40% off your first order, 20% off for life, even though you may get a free gift, forget all that, right? Because we would do this even if it was full price because it's worth that much. I'm in the streets, I'm kicking it with people when I see Dusties everywhere. You don't want to be them. You want to separate yourself. And the way that you separate yourself is self-care. Ladies get it for the fellas. Fellas don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. I'm about to hit the streets right now and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence, but to have that extra boost of confidence, knowing that you've taken care of yourself and you set yourself apart from all of the rest of the sheep that's walking around making bad decisions on a daily basis. And it's reflected in their actions. It's reflected in the products that they use. It's reflected in the people that they follow. And so if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to make sure that you look good, they're going to send you the pack. They're going to give you all of the instructions on how you're supposed to use it. Then make sure you get your Teach Henley. Again, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Make sure you tap in with your boy Anton Daniels because Unc is never going to lead you wrong. I would never have you use a product that I don't use myself. Again, they've been rocking with me for a long time. Make sure you get your Teach Henley. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. What's going on? It's Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank y'all for tuning in for another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show on Thanksgiving, Thursday, November 27th, 2025. What up, friends? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What's going on? What's happening? How do y'all feel? How is my audio? Is my audio good? We good? We in the building? We here on the holiday? You love Campbell's chicken noodle soup? It's the best one? Me too. Me too. Anton from Mumford, Alabama. What up, heavy duty shorty? Audio is great. Thanksgiving is good. Yeah. You see, I went and got that 59 done. What is a 59? Did I get my beard done? Absolutely. I feel incredible now. What up, Courtney Egger? What up to all of my friends and family? Listen. I know the ladies might be a little bit extra because they want you to be the silver fox. I can't do that yet. That's not me right now. I'm not good. I'm not good on the gray. I got to get the gray up out of it. Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off of life. Had to get that gray up out of there. I'm good now. Still can't believe I never knew the backdrop is painted and not a canvas. That's so dope. Yeah, it is dope. It's pretty awesome. I like it. I love it. Got the little Wayne Carter over there. First time without wifey for Thanksgiving, but I got her back. I got dinner cooking up some stuff. All right, well, we're going to talk about that. What's going on? I look better without the grays. Me too. Anton look rejuvenated. Yeah, man. Yeah. I got 8 hours of sleep last night. I got a lot of work done, a lot of catching up. I got an opportunity to spend some time with family. So yesterday I allocated time to spend more time with family because today I want to spend more time working on my stuff. All right. So I got an opportunity to kick it with some people. I looked at some videos where y'all was talking about, or people were talking about how they didn't necessarily care for family because they were conservative or liberal, or they don't necessarily care about Thanksgiving and all of that stuff. Man, get on out of here with that. Y'all better enjoy y'all family while they're here. Y'all better enjoy y'all family while they're here. Spending time, wasting time, getting mad at people and all of that stuff. Ain't nobody say that you had to have the same political views, but you definitely need to make sure that you respect and acknowledge your people. Stop letting this bullshit on social media prevent y'all from having a good time with y'all family. Stop letting the nonsense on social media prevent you from going to get that good macaroni and cheese, mashed potatoes, green beans, greens, collard greens. Ooh, with the turkey in the inside of it. Barbecue ribs, sweet potato pie, all of that good. You gonna leave it? You gonna leave that on the table? Cause you in your feelings? Man, get out of here with that nonsense. I'm not. I'm not. I'm going to get the banana pudding. I'm going to get all of that with the wafers, with the banana pudding cookies on it, with the actual real cookies in it. Man, I'm going to get that food. I don't know what you're talking about. You keep on talking this liberal Republican nonsense. I'm going to get that food. I don't know what you're thinking. We're going to go on a diet after the holidays. No, I'm just kidding. I did redo my calendar today. I did redo my calendar this morning. And shout out to my barber, man. Like, dog come over. He come and take care of me, customize me, make sure I'm the most beautiful man in the world. Yes, I am the most beautiful man in the world. Yes, 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 yes. But I redid my calendar to make sure I get 8 hours of sleep a day. All right. So I'm getting 8 hours of sleep a day, and I'm doing 2 hours for self-care. Let me explain it. And then we're going to get into the show. I got 8 hours of sleep in my so I'm blocking off 10 hours every day, no matter what. I'm blocking off 10 hours every day, no matter what. 8 hours for sleep, 2 hours for self-care. All right. One of those hours of self-care, and I actually went through this with my trainer. So one of those hours of self-care is for working out, and the other hour is for grooming. All right. So make sure that I need to be silky like a dolphin. I need to either go get a massage. I need to get groomed. I need to do all of that, right? So 2 hours for self-care. One of those hours is working out. 8 hours of sleep. The other hour is allocated to something that make me feel great. That's what I'm doing. The other 14 hours, we can hit the streets. We can hustle. We're going to get this money. But what I've also learned is that no matter what time I wake up, I still always get my work done. So it's like, I might as well just make sure that I'm getting it for me, right? Messy mathematician. I don't know what you talk about, Messy. How can I teach Hanley 40% off your first order, 20% off for life? Ladies get it for the fellas. Fellas don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. And I got to hit the streets right now because I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence. But to have that extra boost of confidence, yeah. Don't worry about it. Y'all still love me. Y'all still love me. All right, so let me do a little bit of housekeeping. Got to read a couple of the super chats. I don't expect for the show to be too long today, but we're going to get to it. First things first, I will be doing a live stream this weekend. So I think I'm going to do it on Sunday. Because I did last Sunday, right? I like the Sunday one. Thank you, Messi. I appreciate you. Sunday, I will be in doing a live stream, I think, on Sunday. Because Saturday, I got to travel. Sunday, I should be good. And then Monday, we're going to have some updates. And so we're going to be back in the studio. All right. So we back next Monday. And we definitely just going to make sure we go and visit family over the weekend. And we're going to take care of some business. So Sunday, we're going to be doing the live stream. Saturday night, I think I'm going to do a Patreon live stream. Saturday night, Patreon. Sunday morning, Millionaire Morning Show. All right. Okay. All right. And what else? After hours is tonight. So we're going to get there. But again, make sure y'all love on y'all family. As a person whose father passed away just suddenly out of the blue, and I didn't even know that it was coming, stop waiting. Stop waiting to show love to your people. Shout out to Mike That Dude. I appreciate you, Mike That Dude, for holding me down. LaShawn says, Happy Thanksgiving. What up, LaShawn? Courtney Yeager, I appreciate you. Yeah, Christopher Williams, thank you. John Till, I appreciate you. Thank you to everybody that showed me love on Cash App. Call me Mr. Bibb says, first time without wifey for Thanksgiving, but I got her back. I got dinner cooking up some stuff. Jason, I got dope show lined up for y'all tonight on After Hours. Happy Thanksgiving, says Jason 18. AD in the Bag Chase is my favorite holiday of the year. Thankful for Jesus and all of the good people that make this world great. I agree. Anthony says, hello, Anton. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your own. I appreciate you. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. Doomsday says, we needed a talent for the After Hours, please, Papa. We needed a talent for the After Hours. I don't know what that means. Lamar on air says, question, when did we start telling folks who we voted for? I thought that was supposed to be private. Emphasis on the privacy and voting booths. Well, that kind of started to blow up once you got social media, right? Because everybody is explaining what their thoughts are on social media a lot of times, or they arguing with people in the comments on Facebook and stuff. And so social media kind of blew that up, right? Social media got families divided because anybody can tap into anybody's social media and see what their life is like, right? When a lot of these women get on the internet and they say, oh, I'm story time, I'm getting divorced. Now the whole family know, now the whole town know, now everybody know. You know what I'm saying? Anton, come out to the Pistons game Monday, hoping to meet you. Yeah, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be at the Pistons game tomorrow. I'm going to be at the Pistons game on Monday. I'm going to be at the Pistons game on Wednesday. I'm going to be at the Pistons game next Thursday. I'm going to be there. First Thanksgiving without my mom, and it feels so empty in the house. What did you do to get through the early stages of losing your father? Stay busy. Stay busy and embrace other people in my family. I didn't limit myself to only one person. Everybody is my people. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is my people. So y'all my family. I plan on spending a Thanksgiving at some point in the future, hopefully next year, with you guys. Yep. I plan on spending a Thanksgiving one day with you guys. I plan on doing a retreat. So you just got to stay busy. I didn't wallow. I didn't sit there and wallow. I didn't wait. I didn't get in my feelings or nothing like that. Somebody called me yesterday because my father passed away around Thanksgiving in 2017. And actually passed away right before Thanksgiving in 2017. And it was calling me yesterday, and it was like, I know that this could be a tough time around the holidays. And I'm like, it's not tough. It's not tough at all. I'm feeling great. Life is good. Dad is proud of me. I've achieved things more than I ever thought that I would ever achieve prior to him passing and afterwards. So I love my family. You know how I get through it? I love on everybody else. That same love, I just give double the love to everybody else. Life is awesome. There's no need in wallowing. There's no need in being hurt. No need in being none of that. We love people. Crimson, what up, beautiful? Crimson says, happy Thanksgiving, Mr. AD. I just finished cooking and grilling myself. Hope you and family have a safe and plentiful Thanksgiving. What up, Crimson? Happy Thanksgiving to you, and I hope you have a fun, phenomenal time cooking with family, all of that. All of that. So love y'all people, man. Love them while they're here. Love them while they're here. And go and visit y'all friend's house and go and get some of that food from them. Take some leftovers. Hey, can I get a couple plates? Take some leftovers. Take some leftovers. So let's go ahead and have some fun. Let's get into these stories. I think I want to tap the national. Well, we need a stream dedicated to public speaking. Well, that would be in the Patreon. If you want me to do a Patreon video, put it in the Discord. The link to the Discord is in the description of any of the most recent videos inside of the Patreon. What's up, Renee Love? Says happy Thanksgiving, everyone, and God bless. What up, Renee? Happy Thanksgiving, my love. What's going on? I think I'm gonna go and tackle this whole. All right, let's back up for a minute. I heard that Dallas had a downtown shooting that was pretty messed up. Let's start off with Dallas. I need to share my screen, don't I?
by Dallas police.
Several others were wounded in the early morning incident. This was in the 2000 block of Commerce Street on the edge of downtown Dallas. Fox 4's Sean Rabb joining us now with what we know so far. Sean.
Yeah, good afternoon to you. Let me tell you, there are a lot of stories across social media about what happened here and about the man killed by Dallas police, but not a lot yet from the department as they investigate this latest officer-involved shooting.
Crime scene tape, paramedics' latex gloves, and a shattered glass window paint a partial picture of the deadly violence in the 2000 block of Commerce early Monday morning.
I can confirm an officer-involved shooting occurred as officers confronted an armed suspect where a disturbance where multiple people were shot.
The confrontation between people who knew each other reportedly started inside this nightclub, spilling over to an adjacent parking lot. Multiple people hit by gunfire before responding officers, at least one, fired at a man Dallas Police Assistant Chief Terrence Rhodes calls a suspect.
The suspect died at the scene. One victim died at the scene, and several injured people were transported to the hospital. No officers are injured.
That shattered glass window at the Studio 11 design building next to the parking lot where the shooting started. That's where the officers shot the suspect. An employee inside the club told me the owners were not there. Calls and messages were not returned. The City of Dallas Municipal Court building across the street closed Monday because of the incident, reopens Tuesday. The deadly disturbance at the end of a Sunday night after party. The aftermath of what happened here will linger long after the glass has been repaired, the latex gloves are gone, and the police tape is taken down.
That looked like a trap to me. That looked like a trap, straight up. That don't look fun. It don't look like a place that I feel like I need to be at. When I see people going to the after party, I don't go to the after party because somebody knows somebody that they beefing with, and it may not have anything to do with you, and then it can turn into something that's bad for you when you never intended on getting into a situation in the first place. I don't even go to the after party no more, bro. I don't even want to be involved. Like, just get me up out of there. Make sure I get home safe. That's my number one goal, is to make sure. I don't even like going to a place that's called a club, bro.
Body camera video shows a violent and deadly encounter between police officers and a man who shot 4 people.
Shooting happened overnight Sunday, early Monday morning outside a nightclub in downtown Dallas. Fox 4 Stephen Dial is in studio tonight with more on what we know. Stephen.
Steve, the scene was very chaotic and happened quickly with officers already on scene responding to a separate incident nearby. Chief Daniel Como says that his officers quickly identified the gunman and, in his words, saved lives. Dallas police already had a significant presence on Commerce Street downtown early Monday morning for a separate.
Look at all of that. When you start to see all of that, when you start to see a lot of people with the cars and you can't get by, you can't get out. Listen, that was cool when we didn't know no better. That was cool and cute when, we was trying to just be outside, be in the streets. If I see too many young people under the age of 30, let me tell you what my criteria is for the streets. If I see too many young people under the age of 30, I'm gone. If it's a club, I'm gone. If I can't get valet parking, I'm gone. If it's not a sanctioned event by a large entity, such as a basketball game, a football game, a baseball game, where they check people at the door, and I know for a fact that nobody has any weapons in the inside, I'm gone. If it's not one of my own personal events, I'm gone. If I don't feel as though it is safe for me to bring a woman with me, I'm gone. Because chances are I'm going to have a girl with me and I'm gone. Whether it's an assistant, whether it's my daughter, because I take my daughter to the basketball games, whether it's a chick that I'm talking to on social media because we creating content together, whether it's my girl, no matter what happens, I'm gone. Any red flag, because for me, life is precious. Any red flag that I notice that I'm not overlooking it. I'm not overlooking it at all. I don't want to be in the mix. Most of the time, it's not fun. The drinks are watered down. The bottles is overpriced. The you don't know who is slipping something in your drink. You could be there and somebody don't even like you, or somebody is beefing with somebody, or they may not just be ice grilling you. When I jump on the freeway, bro, I don't even now. When I used to jump on the freeway to come from the games, I used to take a weird way home, and then I would jump back on the freeway just to make sure that nobody was driving behind me. Now it's even better because, I could just catch a black truck, or I can get dropped off to the game or whatever, and then I can take my truck, and then I can go straight back to the valet. The valet gonna put my car up. You got to get past the concierge. You can't get up to my floor unless you got a special code. It's too many barriers. So now I feel more safe. But at this big old age that we at now, where we got all of the money and we got all of the resources and we don't have no problems, and life is good and all of that stuff, I'm gone. You ain't gonna catch me on no body cam footage. You ain't gonna catch me nothing, nowhere. You like that, cutie McPretty? I'm gone. So anytime I see crime happening and it's a shooting and people start running and all of that stuff, I'm like, that could have been avoided. It's one thing to subject myself to it. It's another thing to avoid it. Even today, Anton, what you doing today? I'm going to visit family quickly. And then after I visit family, I'm going to the show. I like doing fun things. In the summer, I'm gonna be horseback riding. I'm gonna go to the, events, all of that stuff. Yeah, I got rid of the TV static. Facts, J Ben. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, bro. Today, I'm going to the show. I'm glad me and Slimmy got this thing that we do on Sundays, because it gives me an excuse to go to the show multiple days in a week. I have to make sure that I go and see that junk. So, going to see Zootopia this weekend. I'm going to see Eternity. For those of y'all that's going to be tuned into the Sunday night live stream that me and Slimmy do on Room 9, we doing Eternity, we doing Zootopia, and let me look at what else he sent me. He said one more. Slimmy in the chat. Let him know, Slim, what we talking about. Eternity, Zootopia, and Family Plan 2. This is Slimmy. Eternity, Zootopia, and Family Plan 2. That's what I'm on. Funnel cake fries, good energy, and having a good time. That's what we reviewing. So if y'all want to join in, hopefully I can incorporate some of y'all's thoughts. I want to incorporate some of y'all thoughts into the show on Sundays. I want to hear what y'all got going on.
Disturbance call. Then moments later, this. Dallas Police Chief Daniel Como walked us through the body.
Y'all some special type of thugs. If y'all out here firing off on people, even with the police out there, y'all a special type of retarded. Y'all a special type of thug if y'all are out here shooting with the police standing around. It's a bunch of police and y'all firing off.
The camera video released Wednesday morning.
You see the gunfire and then it becomes very chaotic all of a sudden. People running every which way. The officers were able to identify where the gunshots were coming from.
Investigators say the gunman, 31-year-old Kedrick McDonald, walked.
Who didn't know?
Coming from.
Investigators say.
I could have bet listen, this is my first time seeing this. I could have bet $1 million what the suspect looked like. I could have bet $1 million what the suspects was going to look like. I could have bet $1 million every time. Y'all get mad at me because I always stereotype. Y'all get mad at white people because they stereotype. They not wrong. Y'all remember when y'all kept getting mad at me? Anton, every time you say it's a suspect, you always assume that they got the dreads, they got the twists, that they got the tattoo on their neck, that it just so happened to be a black person. Well, for some reason, I'm not feeling as though when you go to a nightclub at night in the inner city that you're going to run into white people shoot things in the daytime. That's the one thing that we know for sure. If we gonna start doing these and we're gonna start stereotyping people effectively, we got to start putting it in perspective. White people shoot daytime. Black people shoot nighttime. Now, sometimes you can get some overlap, all right? But for the most part, the thugs shoot at night, the whites shoot in the daytime. If you got your head on a swivel, keep your head on a swivel in the daytime and look for the white boy. The white boy that feel like he ain't got nothing to lose. He may have some multicolored hair. He may have some problems with his self-identity. He don't know whether he should have cut his penis off or not. If you're looking for the thugs in the black time, look for them with the tattoos on their neck. Beard might be a little bit scruffy. The thug, he might have just got into it with somebody. He maybe argued with his baby mama. He got dreads. He got twists. And he usually have a teardrop or a tattoo on his neck right here. Self-preservation is the key, baby. Self-preservation is the key.
The gunman, 31-year-old Kedrick McDonald, walked up on the crowd and shot 27-year-old Zameed Cox, who was inside a car. Police say McDonald then fired more shots, hitting 3 other people. Dallas police officers were nearby in response to a backup call from other officers working off-duty security jobs. Police say McDonald pointed his gun at officers. They fired shots, killing him. Police highlighted moments in the video where they say McDonald is seen holding the gun. You could hear the reaction from officers moments.
That's a special type of dummy. You out there shooting people on and here's the other part. It's the holiday week and the weekend. This is the biggest drinking nights of the year. The biggest party in the drinking nights of the year is the weekends and the weeks leading up to Thanksgiving. So everybody home, everybody partying. The police is going to be out in force. The police is going to be everywhere during this time of the year. And you out there shooting people in front of the police in Dallas, in Texas? You some type of stupid, bro.
Was seen holding the gun. You could hear the reaction from officers moments after the shooting.
He shot it. We shot it. He was shooting at her.
He shot the individual in the vehicle, and then he shot 3 more. He started running towards officers with a gun pointed directly at officers. Officers gave him verbal commands to drop the weapon. He didn't. They fired.
Chief Como said 3 were taken to the hospital. All had non-life-threatening injuries.
Anything can happen out there, and I felt like the officers did an outstanding job being able to contain that one gunman and get everything under control and basically take his life because he was trying to take others.
Court doctor.
And the chances are it's either over some money, arguing on the internet, or it's over a hoe. One of the 3. Chances are it's probably a woman somewhere involved. And it went south from there. It's so sad. It really is. It is very, very sad. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Doomsday says, AD, you should do in real life streams at the meetups. You know, I thought about doing IRLs, and I came to the conclusion that that's not for me. And let me tell you why. The reason that I don't feel like IRLs are for me is for 2 reasons. Number one is for safety. It's because I come from an era, and some of y'all may be able to relate. These new people, these Aiden Rosses and Neons and all of that stuff, they different. They'll show their location, and they not tripping about it, and they not worried about nothing. For me, I come from an era where even when I post something to my story on Instagram or I post a picture, I'm posting that hours or a day afterwards. I'm not telling nobody where my location is. You know what I'm saying? I don't come from an environment where it's safe to tell your location. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me. The second reason why I don't feel as though it's necessary for me to do an IRL is because I don't want to share certain portions of my life anymore. I think that my platform has grown to a point to where I'm so visible that when certain things, there's people around me, including my daughter, including my chick, they don't want to be on the internet because they want to live regular lives. I think that that type of life is for people that's not worried or don't care about people knowing where they are at all times, and it's for people that live a single life. I'm not one of those type of people. I have people to protect. I got a life that I'm not really trying to let people in certain areas anymore. And so I have to protect my chick, I have to protect my daughter, I have to protect my family, and it's not just me. You know what I'm saying? So I would rather have my stuff pre-recorded and share certain portions of my life. But when I go home and when I get into bed, because see, I'm the type of person to show you everything. I'm gonna show you the girth, I'm gonna show you the width, the height. I'll let you in on a lot of different things, but see, I'm not prepared for that anymore because everybody is not. I can't be showing you my bust down methods. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, people are quick to try to put see, and I learned. They taught me earlier. They wanted to try to put your daughter. I seen a chick put my daughter on the cover photo, and she was only like 13, 14 years old. I'm like, what? Where they do that at? And so you can't have everything for everybody. So I'm joking. Y'all got to be able to tell the difference between a joke and the other part. But on the real, on some, aside from the jokes, I think that you got to protect the people around you and you got to protect the peace. They're not content creators, so they don't need to be visible like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what told me, you know what? That might not be for me. I don't want to get into that. I don't want people to know where my location is all the time. It's a safety thing, I know that some people say, oh, you rich, you should hire security. I do got security. But my security got families too. And I don't want to put them at risk. Just because you got security don't mean that you're not supposed to move smart. Just because you go somewhere and you got people that's security don't mean that you want to put them at a disadvantage either. Just because you got a security don't mean that you can go and crash out. You know what I'm saying? Be smart. We too wild. We too old and wise to be making bad decisions. Changing narrative says, what up though, AD? Happy Thanksgiving. The holidays is always hard for me. I lost my son and my father a year apart. My son was 11 and suffered with autism, special needs. Thanks for your word, my guy. Hey, man, God bless you. Y'all all got family with me. You all got family with me. Shout out to you, man. Yo, it's Eric TV says, happy Thanksgiving, AD. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. Self-Made Forever says, I appreciate the Turkey Day. Shout out from the truckers. Shout out to all of my truckers that's out there getting to that bag. Crimson says, AD, you absolutely correct. Safety first. Got to protect the family, man. Aiden Ross moved with SEAL Team 6 when he IRLs. I'm not Aiden Ross. I don't want to do what he does. And he don't have no wife. He don't have no kid. He don't have none of that stuff. Shout out to my PayPal people in the building. I appreciate my PayPal people. Dang, they ain't even want to be named. They ain't even got a name. They just says that you have good content. Shout out to you. I appreciate you, man. Shout out to you, whoever it is that just sent this 10 ball on Patreon. I mean on PayPal. I appreciate you. And let me just acknowledge a little bit more. Just want to make sure we all on the same. Okay, so we all good. Shout out to y'all. And just because I do think the majority of them streaming dudes is lame too. I agree with you. Money by the ton. Yeah, I agree also on this. Just because you got security don't mean that you can't, you know what I'm saying, that you're indestructible. A lot of people have security. But the security got to get it right 100% of the time. You know what I'm saying? The culprits only got to be destructive one time. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So let me pivot for a minute. I want to talk about this Campbell soup thing. Oh, wait a minute. Before we get into Campbell soup, I actually want to go into what happened over in Washington, D.C. So give me a second.
Investigation unfolds into the tragic shooting of 2 National Guardsmen in Washington, D.C. MS Now journalist Ken Delaney is facing backlash for his on-air reaction to the violent attack. Watch.
But of course, you know, there's so much controversy happening in the United States right now with ICE, who are also wearing uniforms and wearing masks. And so there's, you don't know, people walking around with uniforms in an American city. There are some Americans that might object to that. And so apparently this shooting has happened.
Fox News contributor Joe Concha joins us now. And Joe, I understand that in the moments immediately following a shooting like this, which is breaking news, all the networks are on it, you're trying to fill airtime. Everything is not perfectly scripted. Everything is not perfectly thought through. But why the heck would he even think of saying something like that? Why would that even be in his brain to come out of his mouth?
I think it's muscle memory and reflex, Todd. I think anytime it could be connected back to Donald Trump, the folks over at MSN, what were they? MS Now?
MS Now.
Yeah, wow. The marketing people came up with that. Geniuses. They go to this area, right? Where.
All right. So before we get into that, let's pivot for a second because I want to keep y'all up to date and let y'all know exactly what happened with this whole National Guard thing.
Guard shot in what is being described as a targeted attempt on their lives. They are now in critical condition. The assailant, in this case, the gunman, has been apprehended and is now being treated at a local hospital, not said to be talking to local law enforcement. The mayor saying that they will be handling the investigation, the Metropolitan Police Department, the FBI saying they will be taking the lead on the investigation. I want to go now to our investigative correspondent, Patrick Terpstra, who is on the scene right now where the shootings took place. Patrick, your thoughts after we have now heard from all parties in this particular situation as to where this incident goes from here.
Well, Del, really, this is what a lot of people were worried about might happen, that there might be a targeting of these National Guard men and women who have been patrolling major cities and here in Washington, D.C. since the summertime. They travel in groups, 4 or 5 people. They are armed and they don't wear masks, and they're very, very visible. This happening at 2:15 in the afternoon here in downtown Washington in an area known as Farragut Square, which is a block and a half away from the White House. Authorities holding a news conference earlier said that it is a lone gunman who essentially ambushed these guard members and came around a corner and immediately opened fire. Those guards members, we're told, were armed at the time, but it was not anything that they could do to stop themselves at that point from getting shot. There were other National Guardsmen on the scene that tended to them. Also, the suspect, that lone gunman, also shot in an exchange of gunfire, but we don't know who shot that suspect at this time, and we don't know what the motive was. Law enforcement descended upon this very busy area quickly, talking about Secret Service as well as federal law enforcement officers and the Metropolitan Washington Police. And Del, one of the first things they did is they took a look at surveillance video from the area to see if they could find any other suspects, but they believe just one person opened fire, that person being treated. They're trying to get information about motive, but at this point that remains in question as the president saying that he is going to actually add 500 more National Guards men and women to patrol the streets of Washington after this shooting occurred here today, Del.
So essentially what happened is, the National Guard is keeping the streets of DC safe. And 2 blocks away from the White House, a block and a half, 2 blocks away from the White House, 2 National Guards members were attacked. They were in critical condition. Their condition isn't updated yet as far as the national news is concerned. What up, Late Nights with Desmond? I appreciate you, bro. And, the suspect was shot also. He was listed in critical condition. And now they are saying that he pulled through. Now, I would also think that, or I would like to think that they want him alive because not only do they want to make sure that there are no additional threats that is tied to him, but they also want to know the motive and they want to use him as an example and they want to punish him. And it is very unfortunate because these are the people that serve us. They are our public safety officers. They are the people that are on the front lines. When anything happens, they pop off for us. And to see them be harmed right around the holidays, that's unfortunate. Now, let me go over back to this other guy that's under fire. From, I guess, he said some crazy stuff or some incendiary things about these National Guards.
They support open borders. They support the military defying orders that are legally handed down. They prop up dangerous people who are here illegally, all because they think that that is what their audience wants to hear. The bottom line is that 2 National Guardsmen were shot. That was at Farragut Station, which is right near the White House. I've worked there. I've been in that station 100 times. And the fact that that is the reflex, just like we saw with Charlie Kirk after he was shot, before we even knew if Charlie had passed or not, we saw Matthew Dowd over on ABC saying basically he deserved it because of his rhetoric. It's a whole bowl of wrong, Todd.
Emily made a really good point in the last hour when she said it's in those moments of stress, in a breaking news situation, when the filter is not there, that you really do get a sense as to what someone's unvarnished thoughts are. They're exposing who they are, and that's what happened here.
And the thing is, Todd, and it's a great point by Emily, Ken Delanian is a legal analyst for MSNBC. He's not like some partisan opinion guy you bring on. He's there to give you the facts and what is happening. And instead, this is where they go. I swear Donald Trump could come up with a cure for cancer, and MS Now and CNN would do a story on how the owners of funeral parlors are suffering because business is down.
The White House did not take this lightly. They came out with a very strong statement. They said the following, if we could go there now, here we go. Ken Delanian, 2 heroes were just shot protecting our nation's capital. And this is your takeaway? Democrats have relentlessly demonized these patriots, calling them illegal and even suggesting they might start shooting Americans. Get help. You are beyond sick.
We come from a place in America, or at least I remember a place in America. What up to Elevate to the Unknown? I'm definitely going to read that super chat shortly. We come from a place in America, and I can remember in America where no matter what you criticize, no matter what you had a disagreement about, if you didn't care for Republicans or if you were a Democrat and you didn't care for Republicans or Republicans didn't care for Democrats, we all still understood that we don't disrespect our military. We don't disrespect the military. We don't disrespect the National Guard. We don't disrespect our Navy. We don't disrespect our Air Force. And even, there was once upon a time where we actually celebrated and heralded police officers. Like that was a coveted position, until rap music and NWA came by, and then they demonized police officers and Ice-T. Ice-T and NWA, in my opinion, their legacy is mostly going to be pushing a F the police agenda, which demonized our public safety officers and even people that was from the hood or even people that were from certain neighborhoods, and they wanted to help and contribute and be a part of change inside of the environment. If you became a police officer, you were labeled a sellout, you were labeled a coon, you were labeled against whatever is happening. And so, we now embody, and they planted these seeds that now went out, and it started to create this narrative that public safety officers were the enemy. Then you start seeing all of this nonsense where people were saying, oh yeah, they are part of the KKK and all of this. And I'm just amazed. I'm like, wait a minute. These are the first people that you call when you have a problem inside of your community. First people that you call when you have a problem inside of your community. And now people feel like it's okay to attack them. It's okay to attack them. I'm even seeing reports, you can see it, it's saying that they really wanted death by suicide. He wanted to do a death by suicide, a suicide mission on this whole situation.
This heinous assault was an act of evil, an act of hatred, and an act of terror. It was a crime against our entire nation. It was a crime against humanity. I am determined to ensure that the animal who perpetrated this atrocity pays the steepest possible price.
Somebody said, for example, I want to get your opinion on the police. Matter of fact, let me be careful. All right, because I want to get a certain group of people. If you have a disagreement with me, I told y'all I was going to start integrating y'all into the show. If you don't like the police, if you think that the police are actually the enemy, because I hear somebody say it's because of how the police treated us. It's because of how the police treated us. If you actually disagree with me, I will, you a goddamn lie, then explain the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to give you an opportunity because, see, I'm not one of those content creators that's going to censor you. If please tell me why in 2 minutes. You don't have to be on camera. I want to know your thoughts. If you actually disagree and you think that police officers or military members or the National Guard, I'm gonna give you a chance to seek your, state your piece. If you disagree and you think that only if you disagree and you think that police officers deserve to be disrespected, let me know. I dropped the link in the chat. Go ahead and do your thing. What up, Lovejoy?
Fox News alert, FBI investigating the shooting of 2 National Guard members as an act of terror, as the DHS confirms the suspect is an Afghan national who...
HBG. Hit the link. So give me your thoughts. I'm giving you an opportunity to say what you want to say. There you go. Anton be acting like he ain't from Detroit. I am from Detroit. And I know some of the dopest police officers here in Detroit. Matter of fact, I just went into the Apple store and a police officer prayed for me. I told you all about that yesterday. The link is right there. If you have a disagreement, you do not have to be on camera. If you think that the police officers are horrible, feel free to tell me in less than 2 minutes. Gather your thoughts and say it in 2 minutes or less.
Entered the U.S. on a visa under the Biden administration. Fox News contributor and former NYPD inspector Paul Morrow joins us now. Paul, you've done a yeoman's job of covering this tragic story breaking, and you yesterday were one of the first to tell me you felt this would be considered an act of terror. What do we know now, and why do you see it as this act of terror?
Well, first of all, the way the fact pattern played out, right? So he comes around the corner. There's a whole group of National Guardsmen. He starts firing into a group, right? That argues it's likely a suicide mission. You get a suicide mission, you start thinking that, okay, we likely have an ideological purpose here. So just under those facts, and you're starting to get into a political ideological purpose, you start to get into the terrorism realm. Then you have the fact that it's happening on federal territory. All of Washington is federal territory. That gives you federal jurisdiction. Now pretty much all you need is the fact that he did it for an ideological purpose. And remember something, the people he shot are also federal employees. As federal agents of the federal government, it brings you under that rubric of a federal charge. So when this all washes out, assuming it's just him, he's either going to have a terrorism charge or an attempted murder charge with a terrorism enhancement. Either way, the T word's going to be there.
So if you disagree, you don't have to hate the. Listen. Stop making excuses because I see 0 people in the chat. Anytime that you give somebody an opportunity to state their thoughts, they always get scared. They always clam up. I already said that I'm not requiring for anybody to be on camera. People always clam up and they can never communicate their thoughts clearly. I'm giving you an opportunity to communicate your thoughts and to tell me why you dislike or disagree with my assessment of police officers deserving just as much praise and just as much acknowledgement as our military. I see nobody. I see 0 people. So I'm going to just assume that you're just talking and you don't really believe what you're saying.
This 29-year-old was brought over under the Operation Allies Welcome, of which some 90,000 came under that in the wake of the disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan. What else have we learned about him? Fox talked to the CIA director, John Ratcliffe, saying that he may have been part of working with the CIA operation.
Yeah, this is a delicate and dicey thing because you have people in country at a time that American soldiers were there doing their job, and you had natives there, people that were native to that country, willing to assist and in fact fighting against the Taliban. Now, when I worked intelligence 15 years here in New York, right, I had Afghan guys who worked for me and who told me about what it was like over there, and they knew if they helped American soldiers, there was a target on their backs, and they really had to get out of town. Otherwise, their whole family would be killed. You're talking about the Taliban. They're not exactly known.
AD got amnesia regarding the hood. I don't even know what that means. Do you know me? Do you know what my experience was in the hood or something that I'm not aware of? No? All right. So what I see, let me tell you what I see. I see a bunch of degenerates. I see a bunch of cowards. I see a bunch of people that wanted to do the worst things for the community. I see people that were selling drugs. I see people that committed crimes. I seen people that celebrated degenerate behavior, and those were the ones that were the main ones against the police. And that's why they're such cowards. That's why they're such cowards. I don't see anybody that actually got a real argument. That's why they're such cowards. That's why they won't come up and see. I'm giving you an opportunity to say what you think. And if you don't do it, then I'm assuming that, or I could just, lean straight into what I said. I'm left to draw my own conclusions. Cowards. All cowards. I think that we need to have a stronger police presence in every last one of y'all hoods. I think that we need to have a stronger police presence in every last one of y'all hoods. All I see is people that are cowards, tough talkers. And don't say that you at work, because you're not. You're not at work. It's Thanksgiving. We kicking it. We talking back and forth. It's Thanksgiving. You ain't got nothing better to do. You just scary. You scary and you a coward. And I think that you a degenerate. I agree, Mr. Omar. I agree 100%. So I don't take none of these people serious, bro. I think that they just be talking, and prayers up for the National Guard that actually got hurt by the lone gunman. And I would love to find out exactly what their investigation uncovers. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. I'm telling you, bro, listen, I think that most people are cowards. I think that most men are cowards. Cowards in real life. All of the people that's talking tough, everybody that got something to say, you know where they show up at? Nowhere. Nowhere. They don't do nothing for their communities. They don't make anything better. A lot of times they be former jailbirds. They are former degenerates. I think a lot of times that they say whatever it is that they say, but they don't ever show up. And they don't even show up to say nothing on the stream. And more importantly, they certainly don't show up to say nothing in real life. People ain't moving like y'all think that they moving. People ain't moving like y'all think that they moving. They talk tough in their basement. They talk tough to their group chat, and they talk tough. They don't even talk tough to their parents. They don't even stand up to their mama and their daddy. They mama could slap the shit out of them, and that's gonna be the end of the conversation. You think that they gonna sit here and have a conversation with me? I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I see so many people being all chatty patty. They talk tough. They be in the comments. And I walk around, and you know what they say? Oh, man, what's up, Anton? Man, I love your show. I can't wait to be a bag chaser. They don't be acting all extra in real life. Niggas be on the comments, yeah, man, I seen him riding down in his Porsche. Yeah, man, he wouldn't do nothing. Why you ain't say hello, nigga? Why you ain't say hello? That's real talk. I walk down the street every day. I be around having a good time. Me and Mika be sitting there kicking it. When I bring Mika into the city, we walk around freely. You know what we get? You know what I get? What's good, Anton? Oh, man. Can I flick it up with you? Yeah, my nigga. And I flick it up with him. And we keep it moving. I don't be believing these niggas. Honest to God. I think that 99.9% of most of the people that talk, that had the most to say, be on X, formerly known as Twitter, searching out your name, doing all of this stuff, I think that they all cap. All cap. All cap. Hey, man. Hey, dog, I was just checking you out today. And I ask him, I'll be like, all right, what did you think about what I said? You disagree? You agree? I mean, you know, my girl disagreed, but I agree with everything that you say. Oh, you agree with everything. Oh, okay. Right. And I don't take niggas serious. I genuinely don't. I don't take none of these people serious. Nobody. None of them. They all love you. It's they girl. You know, it's my parents that I'm trying to get to come see it your way. Like, I feel you. Oh, yeah, I got you. I don't, in real life, nobody is tough. And I'm not saying that I'm tough, because I be chilling. I ain't even on that. I'm on some have a good time. But when you get a lot of feedback on the internet, but the internet is still the internet, man. None of these niggas is real in real life. Hey, man, yeah, bro. They talk like this. They look down. And this is the honest to God truth. Let me tell you what people really like. Yeah, man, because I'll be like, hey, look up, bro. Like, look me in my eyes and I look at them. And I follow their eyes. Hey, so what did you say to her? What you say to your girl when she said she disagreed? You know what I mean? What am I going to say? You know? They talk like this. And I look them in their eyes. I'm like, oh, yeah? All right. So what's going on? You want to take a picture? Yeah, man, can we flick it up? Get it. Hey, yeah, can you flick it up for him real quick? I'll take the picture. And then I tell them, hey, man, smile. Smile in the picture. And then I tell them, because, see, I don't want y'all sitting there pretending like you was ice grilling me. I don't want you to sit there and change the narrative because the picture different. Hey, smile in the picture with me. And they smile. We take the picture. And we keep it moving. That way, if you post that you see me, you can actually say, you can't put up the picture and say, yeah, man, we had a confrontation. No, nigga, we smiled together. We smiled. We shook hands. We had a great conversation. And we did what we do. Don't sit there and cap. Don't cap online. Don't cap in the internet. We hugged. I tell a picture, hey, get the picture of us hugging too. All right. Love you, bro. God bless you. Hey, man, I'm praying for you. I hope that everything work out for you. Okay, all right. Yeah, man. I got a new fan now. I got a new fan. Now we can dismiss all of the tough talk. You love me, nigga. You love me, and we cool. We cool. All right. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm. We did, Vapors. We smiled together. We smiled together. You know, we hugged. All of that tough talking, people be killing me with that. Man, listen, man, you ain't got to be tough for nobody. Ain't nobody trying to hurt you. Ain't nobody trying to prove nothing to you. We trying to figure out how to get you some money. Trying to figure out how to make it make sense for you. You wouldn't bust a grape. You wouldn't throw a water balloon, not to save your life. You know why? Because the thugs agree with me. The people that's really been in the streets, the people that's in the hood, you know what they look at me as? They look at me as the person that you should admire because we trying to get out the hood. Nobody that I know, shout out to my girl Mika, nobody that I know that's from the hood ever wants to stay in the hood. They not trying to celebrate that culture. They're trying to get out of it. That's how I know that you're not really from here. You're not really from there. Bro, you Clarence. In your parents' name, your parents had a really good marriage. What we talking about? Nobody from the hood wants to die in the hood. Everybody that I grew up with in the inner city, whether we went to good schools because our parents made the sacrifice and wanted better for us, or they went to the hood schools, nobody aspired to be a thug. Most people that sold dope in the hood, they sold trees, they sold dope, they sold heroin. You know what they was doing? They did it because they felt like they had to. They didn't do it because they thought that it was going to be a fun thing to do. Nobody that I know, 0 people that sold dope in the hood. Now, that didn't mean that they wasn't fresh. It didn't mean that they didn't stunt. It didn't mean that they didn't show their money. But what I'm saying is they didn't get into it because they thought that it was going to be a fun career path. They did it because they was trying to put some money in their pocket. And then it was like, wait a minute, I made a little bit of money. All right, hold on. I need to go ahead and figure out how I can make some more money. They didn't do this shit because it was fun. Nobody that I knew that was selling dope because they thought that it was a fun thing to do. Nobody. 0 people. And you know, I ran into some of the dudes from the hood. One of them was a DoorDash driver. That's the honest to God truth. And I ran into him. And he was like, Tom, you remember me? And I say, yeah, bro, what's going on? How's it doing? Because he delivered it to my office. He trying to stay out of trouble because he ain't trying to go back to jail. Yeah, man, you know, I got to stay focused for my girl, man, for my girl and for my... He using... A lot of these dudes, when they get out of jail, they trying to hold it down. They trying to make sure that they do the right thing. They not trying to end up back there. Hey, they looking for anything. Somebody, because they never had strong parents in their life. They never had a good background. They looking for something to do it for something bigger than themselves. So they ain't got time on that bullshit. They not in the chat typing hard. I don't believe niggas that type hard in the chat. Everybody that be talking tough, all of that shit, I don't believe them. Because the real people that was really doing it, they looking for something to get out, a reason to keep them out of it. They looking for a reason to do better. They looking for some level of inspiration. So when they see me and I made it out of the hood and I was timed from the hood, but I made it out, they're like, man, you are a guy. Everybody that I know back on 8 Mile, between 8 and 7 Mile, all of the Sconies, man, we knew you was going to do it, bro. We knew you was going to make it. We knew that you had a shot, man. Man, that's good, man. Hey, bro, you represent Detroit the right way. You pushing a positive narrative. You about family. You about doing things the right way. You're proof that you can do things differently and you ain't got to be subjected to whatever it is that you're subjected to. Everybody I know from my hood love me. You know why? Because I'm a representation that you don't have to be what it is that we were born into. You ain't got to be that. Man, I knew you was going to make it out of the plant, man. I knew you was going to get there. You ain't got to be that. And so when I see these fake hood niggas, you know what I see? I see scared little boys that when you meet them in real life, they cower because they know that they not meeting the expectation. They put their head down. Their eyes, they can't help it. They can't help it. Their eyes do like this. Some of them be ashamed because a girl be with them and they don't want their girl to meet you because who you are in real life is different than who they were saying you was on the internet. When they see you on the big screen and your girl watching you and they girl watching you and they girl like, I like what he talking about. The nigga was talking bad about you to his girl, but then when he ran into you in person, he a fan. He a fan, he a fan, he a fan. That's a fan ass nigga. He a fan. That nigga's a fan. So I see his girl's disposition when she meeting you because she know you a fan, nigga. You a fan. And that ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You see somebody that you love and that you admire and you trying to hold your composure together. Let that shit out. Hey, man, I'm excited to see you. I'm going to love you back. I'm going to love you back. I'm going to love on you. And it ain't nothing you can do about it. Ain't nothing you can do about it. I'm all about love and peace. And that's the biggest thing that hurts them. Because, see, they want you to be on some evil shit. They want you to be on some thug shit. They told you to never meet your heroes. I'm your hero, boy. I'm your hero. Your son and your daughter, when they watching it with your wife while you at work trying to get these packages off, they up here reciting my commercials. Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Daddy, did you get your free gift? Daddy, you acting like a dusty. Anton said you acting like a dusty, daddy. Anton said you acting like a dusty. Bro, do it for the kids. Do it for your children. Do it for your children. 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Ladies, get it for the mommy. Anton said, ladies, get it for the fellas. Fellas, don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. If daddy didn't get it, mommy, you get it for him, please. Because that's what Uncle Anton said online. That's what Uncle Anton said online. Come on, man. Get out your feelings, bro. Let's get this money together. We ain't got to hate each other. That's what it comes down to. We ain't got to hate each other. Let's get this money. All right? I'm doing it for the kids. I'm doing it for you. I'm doing it for your kids. I want your kids to be better than how he see you treating his mama. You got to stop. Listen, you get mad at me and you taking it out on her. I know how you niggas are. Feeling some type of way. She checking on you. Baby, what's wrong? Get the fuck off me. Damn, all I want is peace. I mean, why you keep asking me that question over and over again? Shit, she ain't even did nothing. Ain't even did nothing. You about to haul off and don't put your hands on her. Don't put your hands on her. Nick, get off me. Damn. It ain't her fault, nigga. Your check got garnished. It ain't her fault. It's not her fault. Stop being mad at the ladies. And don't compare me to that nigga either. Oh, so you talking like him now? You mad with a person that you see on the internet, bro. You seen it our streets? Niggas be mad. Be mad. Oh, you talking like him now? I seen that shit happen in real life. Honest to God. There are men that tell they women not to watch me. That's the honest to God truth. Because every time she send you a video, now you feeling some type of way. So what you saying is me? You saying this is me? Man, listen, bro. Stop trying to tell them not to watch me, bro. Don't tell her not to watch me, because you just gonna make them watch me more. Now she gotta watch me in secret. Now she gotta watch me in secret, and that's not what you want. Hey man, so what? You still watching this nigga? What kind of argument is that for you to have? So you still watching him? So you gonna watch him? I know you niggas. I know y'all type. I seen it happen too many times in real life. Too many times in real life. I seen you like my teeth? I like my teeth too. I seen it happen too many times in real life. Niggas be mad checking they chick. She got a sneak watch. That ain't good. Let me read some of these super chats. I don't want to get too deep into this. Shout out to my dog, Elevate to the Unknown. Elevate to the Unknown says, happy Thanksgiving, big bro. Man, I forgot to cover the Campbell soup story. Oh, we about to go over that right now. Grateful for your content and for you being an example of excellence in content creating and taking care of family. Yeah. Shout out to my dog, Elevate to the Unknown. Y'all need to go check out his channel too. He's really good. Jason A-Team says, Deep State is ready to rumble. They are pulling all of the stops. Too much corruption. We are in the middle of a takeover. Without Trump, it would be over for real. Young Money says Jared Goff is shook. Wyatt B856 says now IC is playing a cop. Damn hypocrite. Only Just Comment says literally once students were not required to stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance, this country started to go downhill. I agree with you. And they removed prayer from the schools. I talk crazy to my relatives. That's why you're not invited to Thanksgiving, Young Money. Anton dyed that beer for Thanksgiving. No, I dyed it just in case any of your family members is watching. And they saying, you know what? I like that. I like that. I'm trying to make sure I tap into the older women with the silver fox look. And then I got to tap into the younger women with the all black. All right. What up, Mika? Mika says AD with the clean. See? Hola, Ovito. Hola, Ovito. See that? I'm trying to make sure I spread my base. Chip the Great says hidden family with the AD finger point this holiday. Shout out to my dog, Chip the Great. Wyatt says AD is all love, but if I see you with Mika, I'm going to need you to take this picture for me, big dog. Hey, Mika is my girl. That's my baby. 10-0 to the Packers. Shout out to you. Rashawn D says, what's good, AD? Today is my birthday. Happy birthday, big dog, Rashawn. I appreciate you, bro. Doomsday says, this that big dick energy the hoes be talking about. They know. They know. They just know. And let me say something else, because I remember it was a guy on Monday night. He said, Anton, man, you just mad because I'm 6'5" with green eyes. I said, I'm no hater. You know, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something else. Because look, we kind of in the same space. All right. We just talking now. Because the Millionaire Morning Show has now become Millionaire Derangement Show. I just like the way that it sounds when we talk about the Millionaire Morning Show. For you tall niggas, and shout out to my homies. I got a lot of homies that's out here. For you tall niggas, the women be pillow talking. I'm going to just tell you. Women be pillow talking. Anton, what are you talking about? Listen, man, listen. What did Taraji say on that movie Acrimony? You niggas is too tall to have. You too tall to be. Because see, listen, if you taller than me, and then I got it, but I got the hammer. I think some of you niggas might have got leg lengthening surgery. Some of you niggas might have got leg lengthening surgery. Tall and small is crazy. Yo, if I was tall and small, I would curse God, honestly. If I was tall and small, I would be pissed. Like, God, what the fuck is going on? Why would you do this to me? That has got to be the worst ever. Because, see, for us shorter guys, for us normalish height guys, we don't have any expectations. So it's just like, well, wham! You know what I'm saying? Like, hi. You know what I'm saying? We don't have no expectations. We just stop cursing God, nigga. Stop cursing God. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, bro? Hey, man, listen, bro. Listen. Be thankful that God blessed us with what he blessed us with. Be thankful. Be thankful. Listen, this is what we do. If you're not used to what happens on the Millionaire Derailment Show, this is what we do, baby. Shout out to my dog. Rob Brown says, salute to you, AD. I'm thankful for your wisdom. So this is just me sowing a seed back as a thank you. Continue being a blessing. Man, Rob Brown, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Rod. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Rod. I appreciate you. You are very much an appreciated person at Soul Seeds. And this ain't even the first time that you've ever done this, bro. Thank you. My dog Tazi always holding us down. Always holding us down. Because, see, we know haters. You know how you know you got to... I'm going to talk about it in a minute. Call me Tazi says, hey, happy Thanksgiving from my family to yours, big dog. Get money. Tazi, you know how I know niggas ain't no haters? Because we not worried about what nobody else. Because we so confident in what we got going on that we show love to everybody. We show love. We spend money. We don't be trying to stop nobody else from their motion. We be chilling. Niggas, honestly, shout out to Petro Boat. I appreciate y'all. I got to get over to this Campbell soup conversation. But let me say this. Usually, the biggest red flag that I can tell whether or not a nigga is confident in what he working with is how much of a hater he is in somebody else's stuff. People that be dirty talking somebody else, or they be always whining in another man's chat and stuff like that, or they always trying to divert the women away from it's like, you gotta be like, honest to God, because anytime I see dudes that be talking bad so hard, just off GP, it ain't even got no conversation to do with nothing that's relevant or something that he said in public, in culture or nothing, or like he didn't simp or nothing like that, but they just hate him just because they hate him. That's little dick energy all day long. Because everybody in the crew, let's say, for example, you go and talk to a chick or something like that, and she choose him, we didn't trip. Because it's like, oh, all right, well, listen, get yours, bro. Do your thing. Nobody ever hated. Nobody ever hated because she liked him or because she chose him. It's like, all right, cool. You know, it's some more hoes here though, right? You know, they all choosing though, right? It's a whole lot of women in here. I'm not gonna hate on you for getting her. That's she chose you. Let's have a good time. When I can always tell by how they moving. Always tell by how they moving. And women know. Women know the difference between a nigga that's with it And the dude that don't, they know. They know. All right. Look at HPG slots. You know HPG, he wanted them, bro. He wanted them, man. I'm telling you, bro. Women can see that shit on you, bro. You got to let that energy go out of you, man. You can't be on that. You got to let that go because God don't bless people. I can show you mine. Listen, if you really want to know what mine look like, it ain't hard to find. There's a hint for you. It's out there. You can see it. It's out there. Let me pull up my penis real quick. Hold on. That's a crazy thing to say too. Hey, let me pull up my penis real quick. That's a crazy thing to say. I'm so in love with my stuff. You want to see it? Want me to show it to you? Oh, y'all can see the reflection of my glasses? Oh, man. Antonio Grady said, chill out. Oh, my God. Keep it professional. Okay. All right. I'm keeping it professional. Let me see something. It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyways, let's continue on with the show. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. We got to talk about Campbell soup. We can't keep focusing so much on what's going on out here in these streets. You little dick niggas, y'all niggas better get y'all life together, bro. People got an issue with the police, so something happens, then they call in the police. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your fam, AD. Keep doing your thing. Jesus Christ is king. You're right about that, Anton, because when my girl saw that hammer, she proposed to me, my boy. What up, though? What up, C Keys? Showcase Classics in the building says happy Thanksgiving, Anton, in the chat. What up, though? I think I'm going to come and see y'all today, dog. I'm going to come and see y'all today. Happy Thanksgiving, AD. Just finished cooking. Going to relax with the fam. But if Natural call you outside your name, I'm taking his hat off and shave his head. Facts. What up, Vaughn? What up, Vaughn? I'm going to have to get some anti-reflective coating on my glasses. Let me see. Campbell soup. Let's go into Campbell. Let's go here. Campbell soup.
So tonight, new and intense scrutiny for a top exec at Campbell's Soup, who's accused of saying some pretty wild stuff, like that the meat in the soup is bioengineered from a 3D printer, and allegedly going on an offensive and in some case racist rant. It's all because a former employee who's suing the company says he secretly recorded Campbell's VP and Chief Information Security Officer Martin Bally during what that worker describes as an hour-long tirade. We've got the recording, and we want to warn you here, it's pretty harsh. Listen.
We have shit for poor people. Who buys our shit? So healthy. Now that I know what the in it, even in a can of soup, I look at it, look at meat, bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer.
In the lawsuit, the former employee also alleges Bally made racist remarks about Indian workers, calling them idiots. When he reported the tirade to company management, he was terminated in retaliation, allegedly, for complaining about that alleged behavior. Campbell's has not confirmed the statements to NBC, but did say that if they were made, they do not reflect the company's values. NBC News also reached out to Bally, but haven't heard back. Let's bring in Camila Bernal. Camila, this is just what we played is just a little bit of this, right? There's more to these allegations?
There's many more of these allegations, and I also read through the lawsuit, Hallie, and what this former employee says is that this all happened over a conversation about his salary. He says they sat down about a year ago to talk through all of these things, and that's when he began speaking badly about the company, saying things like this was processed food and saying this was for poor people, as you heard there on that recording. And
somebody said, is he lying? But is he lying, right? Let me tell you what the truth is, because I know that there's not going to be a lot of people that actually do their own research so that they can understand whether or not he's telling the truth, whether he's lying, if he's being retaliated against, all of that, right? So what I found in my deep diving and research is that the executive that wound up getting fired does not even work with the products. He works in information and technology. They're also saying, allegedly, that he was pissed off because during contract negotiations or conversations that he was having with the company, that they denied him. And so that's why he started to go off on this tirade, which is very interesting to me because it started making sense when he started talking negatively about Indians. And I'm thinking to myself, well, what would Indians have to do with anything with Campbell Soup? Oh, he works in the information and technology department. That's where the majority of Indians and Asians work in most of these companies. So yes, he was a disgruntled employee. And then the person that was recording him, I started asking myself questions on that also. And I said, well, how would he, A, know the recording? And B, why would he go out and record him, right? Why would he go out and record him? And so I started to deep dive into it. And I'm like, oh, okay. So he was probably also a disgruntled employee. And when he went to report it, the company didn't react to it the way that he thought that they should. And that's why he was then suspended. There are a lot of people that actually get into these companies and they're looking to get a lawsuit. They're looking to get fired. It's a lot that goes into it. So I'm not saying that I'm 100% right. I'm telling you what my research is telling me, because I can give a fuck about Campbell Soup either way, right? Do I like their tomato soup? Absolutely. And I like their chicken noodle soup. And I'm not going to not eat Campbell Soup based off of this whole story, right? But my point is that when you start to actually look at his position, the person that was placed on leave, the executive that was placed on leave, he worked in information technology and he had no connection to the actual manufacturing of soup at all. All right. So I want to just give a little bit of context so that we're not just going based off of rumors and thoughts. We're actually having a conversation in truth.
Like you mentioned, this goes on for a while, and I want you to listen to more of that conversation.
Everybody thinks our recipes are like crown jewels or not. They're important, but no, it's the process. It's the process that makes the food. You know, the ingredients are in the back of the can.
So not only does he talk about the food, but this lawsuit also alleges that this VP went on to talk about employees at the company, and the lawsuit alleges that they're racist comments. Take a listen to those comments.
They couldn't figure out these dumb.
Yeah, he just disgruntled.
So clearly there was no filter during this conversation. The former employee also alleges that the executive admitted to going to the office high on edibles. I mean, again, this goes on and on about a number of different things here. And apparently the former employee reported all of this to his manager. He says that some time went on and he wasn't encouraged to go to HR. And so he got fired. And what he's saying now is that he believes his firing was retaliation for him coming forward and speaking out about all of this, Hallie.
Camila, we talked a little bit about some of what we heard from Campbell's on these alleged comments here. What else is this former employee, this former worker saying?
Well, first of all, I want to go back to what Campbell's is saying, because what they're saying is that they use 100% chicken. They say it's USDA approved. They go over the list and essentially say that all of this, that this current employee said was false. They also, I want to note, have this employee on leave while they investigate all of this. So he has not been fired yet, but he is on leave. And I want to read part of the statement that Campbell's put out where they say, we are proud of the food that we make, the people who make it, and the high quality ingredients that we use. We know that millions of people use Campbell's products, and we are honored by the trust they put in us. The comments made about our food are completely inaccurate and absurd. So again, they also emphasize that the employee who made these comments, the vice president, works in cybersecurity in IT. And so
just what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. And I'm glad that the news finally said that also, that the employee that made the comments, the disgruntled employee, actually works in cybersecurity. They don't even work in the manufacturing aspect of the company. And most of the time, I'll tell you, and working at different places and areas and all of this stuff, most of the time I will tell you that it's not integrated. So the manufacturing facilities are not next to the technological centers that they use, whether it be for cybersecurity or anything like that. It's very, 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 very much not integrated. When you work at the bank, you don't work at a teller place. You know what I'm saying? You don't work at the actual bank. If you work in information technology, you work at a different campus that has nothing to do with the bank itself. If he's working in cybersecurity, but he's a disgruntled employee, and then somebody then records him, I would venture to say that the person that's recording probably went to go and get a payout, wanted a settlement, and they was like, fuck you, get out of here. And so now you got this whole situation starting to pop off. So, you know, when I'm seeing all of this conversation about Campbell's soup and, you know, this and that, so on and so forth, it's not playing out in any way, shape, or form for me.
We are following a messy situation for the Campbell Soup Company today after a former employee filed a lawsuit against the company and then released audio his lawyers say he recorded during a meeting with executives. Let's go to CBS News correspondent Chanel Call, who's live in our newsroom. Chanel, what do we know about this lawsuit?
So, Liz, this lawsuit, we understand, was launched by a person by the name of Robert Garza. Now, Garza was hired as a cybersecurity analyst for Campbell's back in September of 2024. And Liz, 2 months after he was hired, he says he had a meeting with an executive named Martin Bally to discuss his salary. Now, during that meeting, he is now alleging that Bally made several disparaging comments about Indian.
So he had a meeting to discuss his salary. And again, this is why I don't just by default, just believe every single thing that somebody says. I want to get the full story. I need to know what is really happening behind the scenes, why he went on a tirade, all of that stuff, because, I'm not just going to by default believe it just because that's the headline. I seen a bunch of other people reacting to it. I seen all of that stuff. And I'm like, so this is what y'all take from it? Y'all didn't actually do no due diligence with your large platform. You just automatically just went with it, and that's just the end of it? Nobody did no due diligence. Everybody just went with it.
Workers, and also said that Campbell's is, quote, highly processed food for poor people. Now, CBS News did get a copy of that recorded phone call. Garza's attorney is saying that this was secretly recorded. So take a listen to part of that conversation.
I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. It's so healthy. Now that I know what the in it. Even in a can of soup, I look at it, bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a
dude is pissed off.
A piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer, do you?
Pissed off because he didn't get the contract that he wanted.
So Liz, Garza says that he actually told his manager about that phone call a couple of months later in January of 2025. And then he said that he wasn't encouraged to take that information to HR. Now, just 3 weeks after that conversation, Garza was told that he was abruptly terminated from employment. So Campbell's released a statement on this. I'll read you part of what they say. They say, "We are proud of the..."
Somebody said Anton put all his faith in these companies. They cut corners and lie all the time. Well, where's the proof? Listen, I don't believe you. And it's not going to stop me from eating Campbell's soup. I don't really know what you want me to do. So you want me, y'all are, honestly, I think that there's a segment of angry liberals that watch the show, and you want me to villainize a company just because it's a company. You want me to villainize them just because it's the company. I don't have any vested interest. I'm not investing in Campbell's soup, so I don't care either way. It makes me no difference. But I'm not just going to throw somebody under the bus just because you don't like it. What is y'all problem with Campbell's soup? What did you do? What happened with your experience? Did you get a chicken bone inside of your stuff? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? I don't get it. I really don't get it.
Food we make, the people who make it, and the high quality ingredients we use. The comments heard on the recording about our food are not only inaccurate, they are patently absurd. We use 100% real chicken in our soups. The chicken meat comes from long trusted USDA approved US suppliers and meets our high quality standards. All of our soups are made with no antibiotics ever chicken meat, and any claims to the contrary, they say, are completely false. The company is also saying, Liz, that Bally is on temporary leave while the company now conducts its own investigation. But this isn't the only legal trouble that Campbell's is now facing. I want to show you what's on my screen here. This is a social media post from Florida's Attorney General saying this: Florida law bans lab-grown meat. Our Consumer Protection Division is launching an investigation and will demand answers from Campbell's. So the state is now saying it's going to be looking into this company. So it's not...
Yeah, I don't see nothing here. It's not really anything I think worth having a conversation about. I think that you got a disgruntled employee, and then you got a whistleblower that was trying to get paid. Campbell said that they not playing ball, and so that's the end of the conversation. Honestly, I think that that's it. I think that it's a slow news week, and people are trying to make more out of it than it really is. But I don't think that there's nothing here. I think this is a nothing burger. 80 fun fact: our magic sticks come from our dads. I'm mad at my mom for taking such a big magic stick Thanksgiving. Oh my God. Oh, y'all crazy. Y'all are insane, bro. Y'all insane. All right, let me ask y'all a question. Let me ask you a question, Doomsday. Is that 100% true? Is it possible? Is it possible? Because I don't know. Is it possible that you can get that gene from the mother side? Somebody tell me inside of the chat. Is it possible to get that gene from the mother side? Anton, don't miss. Happy Thanksgiving. Shout out to Trail. I appreciate you, big dog. I'm going to have to call Molly. Because Molly was giving us insight on the XX chromosome, XY, and all of that stuff. I'm going to ask that question in the beginning of After Hours. Is it possible to get that side from the mother side also? They say you get stuff from both parents. Asking about the love. I think that's a reasonable question. Asking about the love muscle gene is crazy. It's in the father's genome. That's gay. Listen, the only people that think that everything is gay, I think a lot of times that any mature conversation, because we're not even asking nothing that's crazy. I think that it's insecure people that say that. I think that insecure people say that every single thing is gay. When you have a reasonable conversation and you don't know, because I don't know, I'm just asking a question. I'm asking a general question. Thank you. We do not truly understand DNA. It's a reasonable question, but everybody that say everything is gay just because you ask a question, they sitting here talking about dicks all day and he's supposed to be a Christian. Stop the cap. Well, you sitting here listening to me talking about a dick. You have plenty of time to leave. It's Thanksgiving. I didn't even expect this big of an audience to be here on Thanksgiving morning. You had plenty of time to leave, but you still sitting here listening to me talk about it. That says more about you than it does about me. Because I actually am talking about my dick. See that? I'm trying to give people something to listen to while they work, while they cook, and while they work. We having a good time, and you sitting here listening to me. I love talking about my stick, bro. Bro, I have never been more in love than when I take a shower in the morning. And I be thinking to myself, I love you, Anton. Nobody loves themselves more than me. Nobody loves themselves more than me, bro. I love me. I love me. You don't love yourself? I love me. Why don't you love you? Trying to get married again now? Because it's a regular, like we all have them. It's not like you don't have one. Like this is natural. Our bodies is natural. It's like talking about not having an arm or talking about not having a finger or, you know what I'm saying? Like, why is this such a taboo subject? I don't understand it. Why are we not mature enough to be able to laugh, joke, ask questions when we don't know any better? Why are we so scared to have a reasonable conversation about something that shouldn't be taboo? Oh, look, now they go to the gay talk. You sound like you want somebody to stuff your turkey. I'll stuff your bitch turkey and she'll never come home, nigga. She gone forever. Because when you combine good dick with great money and a phenomenal personality and confidence, and my teeth is perfect, she never coming home. She never coming home. Ever. Ever. And I don't even like to up my performance nowadays because I'm too rich for that shit. I got lazy sex. You know what I'm saying? I only pull it out on special occasions. However, I will make a special exception for your bitch. I don't even like to pull it out and do special performances no more. I'm like a retired artist. You know, I'm like a retired. I don't even do that no more. During my poor days, it was crazy. Nowadays, I'm a little bit more lazy. You know what I'm saying? You gotta. Why Carrie always coming in at the wrong moment? Oh. Why Carrie always? What, y'all ain't got me on the TV in Thanksgiving? But you, Rod, I know your type. You just like a rearview mirror, boy. Objects in the mirror appear bigger than what they really are. Let me continue on with the show. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. All right, what did we just talk about? We just talked about Campbell soup. All right, let's move. Yeah, I'm a legacy act. I only come out when Sade come out, that's when I come out. You know they do it. It's their fault, Carrie. It's their fault. I should talk about, okay, since y'all got me on the TV. Since y'all got me on the TV and we can argue, and y'all got y'all people out here, let me find a subject that y'all can argue about over Thanksgiving. Let me introduce a subject. Let me see. Oh, here's a controversial subject. Let's go here. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel.
Statistics released this week showing some staggering numbers in unemployment. The latest data finds that despite a job opportunity increase, nearly 700,000 women are still missing from the workforce. And for Black women, the unemployment has surged to roughly 7.5%, outpacing the broader workforce and sounding an alarm for the U.S. labor market. Award-winning gender economist Katika Roy recently released her analysis of these numbers, and she joins us now for more. Katika, thank you for being with us, as you have been before, to really break down what this means. Talk to us about what this crisis does show for the entire economy.
Well, you know what we're actually seeing is that if you look at Black women alone, Black women have lost almost 300,000 jobs, while men have gained 600,000 jobs. You're talking about a swing of almost 1 million jobs. That is not a slowdown. That is a redistribution of opportunity.
Did you hear what she said? I'm going to play it again. This is from a gender economist. I didn't even know that there was a such thing as a gender economist. Let me play that again. I'm going to play that last part.
Alone, Black women have lost almost 300,000 jobs, while men have gained 600,000 jobs. You're talking about a swing of almost 1 million jobs. That is not a slowdown. That is a redistribution of opportunity.
She says women have lost jobs. Men have found jobs. When y'all send me these videos en masse in my email and y'all say, Anton, this person is jobless. This person is complaining about a layoff. This person is saying that they can't find a job. The economy must be fucked. For who? I don't see men en masse. Men are quiet as a whisper. You know why? Because we getting our money up. Men are quiet and mad. Now, I'm going to give you the context of why I believe that this to be true. Men are quiet, running up a bag. Keisha, they do that? Yes, AD, they're a gender economist. They're kind of like labor economists who study the gender wage gap. You know why men are quiet? Because they're running up a bag. Men don't see this time in the economy as a recession. That is the only thing I see that with women. Women are whining. Oh my God, I can't find a job. Oh my God, the economy is messed up. Oh my God, everything is bad. Oh my God, this is wrong. Oh my God, this. Oh my God. The guys is like, I get people reaching out to me every single day. Every day. Hey, Anton, I know you said that you wasn't interested in coming back into the workforce. Hey, Anton, this and that, this and that. But man, it's a huge opportunity over here. Do you want to come and check this out?
That is fascinating to hear you put it that way. And because most people would say, listen, these aren't 700,000 women who are just missing or electing to leave the workforce. Most of them were fired or pushed out, right? Is that what you would say?
Absolutely. That's exactly what we've seen. So when we look at since the pandemic, 700,000 women overall are missing from the labor force. And in that same time frame, over 6 million women have actually become eligible to participate in the labor force. So reasonably, you would think that their labor force participation should increase, but that's not what we're seeing. And just since February, we've seen almost 100,000 men join the labor force. So you're really talking about not a personal choice, you're talking about structural exclusion.
So why are Black women, you think, being affected at this level? And do you think that it seems that they're being specifically targeted?
Well, that's what, I can't speak to what exactly is happening in terms of being specifically targeted. What I can tell you is that the numbers are staggering.
I don't believe that women are being targeted at all. I don't think that women are being targeted. I don't think that Black women are being targeted. I don't think that there's a Wizard of Oz that's sitting around saying, wait a minute, where are all the Black women jobs? I do remember women sitting there say, well, what is a Black job? Back when Trump was running for office. There is no Black job. What are the Black jobs? They had a lot of sauce and a lot of sass. Let me tell you what's really happening. Let me give you some substance. Okay? What's happening is this. The degree fields that you guys were being propped up with, the jobs that you thought that you had, they really don't add any value into the economy. And I told y'all this before. A lot of women went and got a degree. They didn't get a good degree. They didn't go into a career field. A lot, not all. They didn't go into a career field that would actually generate a lot of revenue for them. And so what you're now seeing is the degree fields that are valued, those jobs are booming. The ones that everybody is complaining about, like all of these government jobs, those are suffering. So when somebody went and got an underwater basket weaving degree because they was fucking around in college and they thought that they could work for the government or a nonprofit for the next 10 years so that they can go on an income-based repayment plan, because I don't believe for 1 second that y'all didn't know what y'all was talking about or what y'all was doing. I believe y'all know exactly what y'all was doing. Y'all knew and planned it. You weren't confused. You didn't know that it was predatory lending. You didn't know that you was going to have to pay your student loans back. They should have put income borrowing limits on us. All of this stuff, that's all lies, 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 and more lies. When you go into college, you know exactly what you're borrowing. When they get that money and they put it in front of you and you over borrow, because most people, let's have a conversation. Most students in school over borrow. They don't take out what they need for class or for survival. They live on campus, a lot of them unnecessarily, because they want to have the campus experience. So what they really doing is they paying to get pussy. They want to be free. They don't want to be under the thumb or have any kind of requirements to do the right thing. They go in, they get indoctrinated, they overborrow, and they go and live on campus unnecessarily when they could have stayed home. They take out more than they need, and they try to act like, well, this is because I have a hard curriculum, or I'm going into this when it's easy as hell. And they overborrow because they want to use the money to be able to substantiate their lifestyle. Then they get credit cards, and then they get all of this stuff. And then when they get past a certain threshold, they realize, you know what? I actually need to get a degree. And what I'm going to do, since I'm not going into anything of substance or anything that can add value, I'm going to go into a government job. So I'm going to get a basic degree. I'm going to get this, I'm going to get that, I'm going to get whatever it is that I got to get. I'm going to work for a nonprofit. I'm going to work for the government. I'm going to go on an income-based repayment plan. And then after 10 years, I can get it forgiven. And then I'm going to say all hell to Biden, all hell to Obama, all hell to whatever Democrat has pitched us on this, and they forgave my student loans. And so what they basically did is they've subsidized their lifestyle with taxpayer dollars. And then here's the caveat. They're going to come back to you and say, what's going on with you, black man? Why ain't none of our black men got themselves together? How come ain't none of the men getting educated? I'm a pseudo-intellectual. Why ain't they on my level? I'm not talking to nobody that don't got a degree. How you subsidized? What you sitting here talking to me for? Your whole life has been pedestalized and subsidized. The job that you got, the diversity, equity, and inclusion coordinator, it's not a real job. It's not a real job. You on welfare. Your job is a welfare job. We made that up so that we can give you some employment and give you some free tax dollars. And then you want to act all extra, all pseudo-intellectual. You know what? I'm not. You're not good enough for me. I can't believe it. Why would they even talk to me? You got $300,000 in student loans. Who are you talking to? Your whole life you've been irresponsible. Now I'm supposed to come through and become a better version of myself for who? For you? Never. Ever. 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 So now, when they sit there and they say, oh my God, it's racism. They're targeting us. They didn't target you. They targeted the welfare jobs that we have on the tax rolls that taxpayers have been subsidizing to make sure that you have a job. That's what they're doing. They're not targeting you. They're targeting the field that you're in because you don't add any value. And you cannot continue to borrow your way to wealth, meaning that the United States of America continue to run up the federal deficit so you can say that you got a job. Because our kids is going to be mad at us. Our kids is going to be mad at us because we crashed the economy and we got this Ponzi scheme that we won't take care of and pay down. Let me go get this real quick. Occasionally, I have to break something like this out. So, Anton is going back on the I Choose You 2 tour. The reason that I'm going back on the I Choose You 2 tour is because I'm not going to sit here and negotiate back and forth with y'all. I'm not going to sit here. I'm going on the I Choose You 2 tour. All right? I'm not going to keep on going back and negotiating back and forth with you dusty niggas in the chat. I'm just going to start punishing you. I'm a Punisher. I'm changing my name to the Punisher. I'm going to start busting down your chick. All dudes that don't do what they supposed to do and they got something negative to say about me, I'm not going to argue back and forth with you. I'm not going to call you dusty no more. I'm targeting all women. I'm about to become the next Derrick Jackson. I am targeting women in 2026. In 2026, because y'all don't have jobs and you're not satisfied with the dusty niggas that's sitting there typing inside of my chat, I am now targeting women with my rhetoric. I will be the new everything I do going forward is to target women. I will be the woman whisperer. I will be the woman targeted her. And you broke my heart. You broke my heart. You broke my heart. So we going on tour. The I Choose You 2 tour. I Choose You 2. Coming to a city near you. City to city, state to state. You broke my heart. You broke my heart. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for all the women. All of them. I want them all now. I want them all now. You broke my heart. And because I know that none of these women got jobs no more, it's going to be an easy finesse. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be one of the best It's going to be one of the best rebranding and pivots that you've ever seen in your life. And you did this. Remember, I didn't do it. You did it. You did this.
When we look at Black women, over 600,000 have been economically sidelined. One of the things that we look at is that if you compare it to white women, Black women's labor force is about 5 times smaller than white women. If white women had been economically sidelined at the same rate as Black women, we would be talking about over 3 million white women. That's the entire labor force of Pennsylvania. I mean, this impact is massive.
That is so striking, especially when you put it, I mean, that simply in terms of the size of the workforce for white women in the state of Pennsylvania. Massachusetts Congresswoman Ayanna Pressley, she called the rising unemployment rates of Black women a canary in the coal mine, an economic indicator for everyone else. Why is that? What should anyone else glean from these numbers we're seeing?
Well, there's 2 things that are happening. One of the things that we know from the numbers is that because Black women sit at the intersection of gender and race, they tend to be the first impacted, but they really are the signal for the entire economy. And we have seen that. The other piece is that their labor force, it doesn't just impact Black women. Their forced labor force exits this year alone have cost us $9.2 billion in GDP growth. So you're talking about impacts to Social Security, Medicare, the solvency of banks, the solvency of insurers.
So basically what she's saying is y'all got to go to work so that y'all can make some money, so that y'all can spend a lot of money, because y'all are the ones that actually spend all of the money and don't really add as much value as you should inside of the economy. Cool. Got it. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Have a conversation about that. I do want to talk about these auto loans too. Give me a second. Before I read super chats, y'all actually sent me a few cash apps too. I seen this on CNBC.
But that may be a tall order. Phil LeBeau joins us right now with more on that front. Phil, good morning.
Good morning, Becky. When you take a look at what's happened with auto prices, everybody knows that they've gone up, but I'm not sure they appreciate just how much they have gone up. We've asked Cox Automotive to calculate the average transaction price going back, starting in October of this year, going all the way back to 2018. Look at the change. In October, the average transaction price, this is the average paid in the dealership, not MSRP, was just under $50,000. That's roughly $11,000 more than what we saw back in 2018 before the pandemic, an increase of 29.5%. And you really see it reflected in terms of the auto loan monthly payments.
Let me tell you why this is so stupid. Because you don't have to sign up for this nonsense. You don't have to sign up or buy a car for $50,000. I'm so tired of people coming back and saying, oh my God, I can't believe it. Everything, auto loans, car notes, all of this stuff. You do know that you don't have to do that. But let me tell you why you're going to do it. Because you trying to keep up with everybody else, and you got to make sure that you impress the hoes, and you trying to do something so everybody else can make it seem like that you cool. Nigga, your little baby Benz is not going to make no difference. Nobody cares. Guess what? The real ones know this. If she going, she going. The determination for whether or not she's going does not matter of whether or not your little C300 is popping, or if you driving a paid off Grand National, bro. If she going, she going. If you're going to get a dope car, get it because A, you in the space where you can truly afford it to where you won't complain about your car note. And B, get it because you like it. When you buy cars or when you invest in something, do it because it is what's best for you. Do not try to keep up with everybody else, bro. You do not have to do what everybody else is doing. Stop doing stuff so that you can get validation from people that is not going to care about you. If you can get her, you should be able to get her no matter what it is that you're driving, bro. Your goal is to do something affordable, make an affordable decision, do it at a cheap price, go and get your money, and run up your bag. That way, when you become generous, you're generous just because that's who you are, not because you're doing it for other people. Nobody give a fuck about your little stupid car, bro. I promise you. I promise you. I guarantee you. Is it a nice to have? Absolutely. Only when you can afford it. Only when you can afford it. You know why I bought my Challenger? Because I love cars. I love a Challenger. I've only driven it maybe 5 times. And my daughter drives that car. You know why I drive Porsches? Porsches? Because it's an ultimate driver vehicle. And it was one of the cars that I dreamed about when I was younger. I love those cars. I bought it for me as a milestone for certain things that I was able to accomplish in life. Y'all don't have to sign up for these big ass car notes. I'll take you for a ride, Streets. Don't worry about it. I got you, baby. I'll let you drive it. I'll let you drive. You want to drive? I'm going on tour. I'm going on tour. Streets, you want to drive? If you want to drive, let me know. I got you, boo. I got you. Yes, we can. You know what's so funny, Streets? You know what my favorite song is? One of my favorite songs. That's above y'all pay grade. That's above y'all pay grade. Listen. That's from a time. That is from a time where we just partied, rolled the window down, had a good time, was about the ladies, wasn't no fighting, wasn't no shooting, wasn't no killing, wasn't none of that. It was all about having a good time. Everybody wasn't trying to get into no beef. None of that stuff is we can freak it. Freak if you want to. See, I'm from a different era. We had a good time. You know what I'm saying? Mika was just born, but that's okay. I'm gonna bring Mika up to speed on it. I'm gonna get Mika together. Okay? I'm gonna get Mika together. Let me get back to what we was. What was we talking about? Cars. Okay, I'm sorry. Cars. Let's get it.
According to TransUnion, they now are above $750. They've been steadily edging higher.
I love West Coast music. Man, listen, bro. Drive a Mercedes or the Nickas.
The real increase was during the pandemic, but they continue to move higher. And again, this is from TransUnion showing the average monthly new vehicle auto loan payment is more than $750. So a couple of things have been driving auto prices and auto payments higher. First of all, automakers are focusing on higher trim levels. I know everybody.
It's the only show that you're going to get an interlude of We Can Freak It from Corrupt, courtesy of our Streets. And then we're going to get back to talking about high car notes. You know what I'm saying?
He says, well, what about the base price? Someone will order a vehicle, a base model. You know how few people order a base model? It just doesn't happen. And the automakers realize that people want the technology and the features that they've become used to in automobiles. So as a result, higher trim levels are what they're focusing on. Those are the vehicles that are selling. And they're also facing higher costs. They're not just doing this because they're saying, well, let's charge more. They have to figure out a way to, as much as possible, protect their profit margins. And they have to do that because costs have gone up, whether it's raw materials, whether it's the impact of new labor contracts, tariffs in certain cases. Suppliers have been able to push along a lot of their increased costs. So the bottom line is this: if you take a look at GM, Ford, and Stellantis, there will be a hearing next month, or in January, I should say. Senator Ted Cruz wants to take a look at auto affordability.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Ted Cruz, stop. You don't know nothing about this business. This ain't for you. Make sure y'all tapping into the Patreon. We go over automotive sector all the time. Stellantis is down 23%. A lot of that is because they tried to pivot too fast. They had the wrong CEO. Ford is up 15% 1 year. General Motors is up 21%. A lot of the strategy also, though, is because we got away from smaller cars. So everybody wants an SUV now here in the United States of America. And I don't think it's about affordability. I think it's about choices, honestly. I do think it's about choices. You can go get you a really, really nice used car and have it paid off if you just wanted to. We got to stop trying to control the market, and we have to start making better decisions. We have to stop trying to control the market. The market is nothing wrong with the market. It's nothing wrong with the affordability of a vehicle. What's wrong is we are choosing to sign up for auto loans at crazy interest rates. And so the payments are high because most people don't even calculate it based off of how much they're paying for the vehicle. They're calculating it based off of how much they think that they can afford in an auto payment. You don't have to sign up for these cars. You don't have to go and buy these cars. You don't. I think I paid cash for Rita's mother's car. I just bought it cash. It was like a Chevy. It wasn't an Equinox. It was like something like that. It was one of the new little Chevy cars or whatever like that. And then she just paid for it, and she's just gonna drive it and 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 drive it. She's just gonna drive it. And it wasn't $50,000. It was, I don't even think it was $40,000. It was new though. And you know what? She was happy. You know why she was happy? She was happy because A, she didn't have a car note, and B, it was new. She didn't care about all of that stuff. Straight up, like, you don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. And most of y'all, as soon as you get close to paying it off, you come back to it. It's my daughter. Hello. What's up, boo? You? What's going on? How you feel? As soon as I get off the live stream, okay? All right, baby. No, you cool. All right, bye. Leslie calls, everything stops for less. Less the best, everything stops for less. We live streamed for about 2 hours. We kicked it. Had some fun conversations. Again, I never expect for people to be coming in here on the weekends and the holidays and stuff like that. But here we are. Listen, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are the greatest audience on earth. And we're going to get to this money. All right? I see y'all got requests. You're going to have to save them for tomorrow. D7 says, happy Thanksgiving, big dog. May you and your family have a blessed Thanksgiving. Same to the crew. We live streaming tonight, too, just to let y'all know. Tony Esquire says, happy Thanksgiving, Anton. My student loans will be forgiven because of 3 military-related surgeries, and still I've completed 20 years in the Army. I'm also a government employee, too. Shout out to my government employees. Doomsday says $700K in new inventory hitting the blade. Hoflation finally coming down. God is. Jason 18 says happy Thanksgiving to my fellow bag chasers. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Hanley 40% off your first order, 20% off of life. We up. We back at it tonight, and then we in here tomorrow morning. I love you all. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Peace.